Hey y'all, Irix Guy here. Now if you're involved with colder weather adventures outdoors, something that's super important is layering. As you can see what I've got on now, and the temperature right now is not really that cold at all. It's only in the mid 40s, the mid 40 degrees Fahrenheit. But what I've got this zippered fleece on, and then underneath I've got a one of those t-shirts that is fast drying, gym type shirt, I guess you would call it. But see, this way I can layer. So if I'm cold, like I am now, I'm standing here, I can zip up and I can stay sufficiently warm. This is somewhat tight fitting. That's important because it eliminates air between the fleece and my skin. Super lightweight. When I'm hiking and I start to get hot, I can unzip this if I want to, just to let a little bit of air in, or if I want to take it completely off, I can take it completely off. What you don't want to do in cold weather is get wet. And sweating is one of the most easy ways to get wet while in the wilderness. And what happens if you get wet during the day, and not just your base layer gets wet, but your outer layers get wet, then when it gets cold at night, that moisture, it can potentially start to freeze, and it can create hypothermia and all sorts of problems. So, layering is important because it enables you to quickly take something on, quickly take something off. You don't have to deal with bulk. I mean, these clothes are super lightweight. Check the link within this video's description. You can find a plethora of layering options that I suggest. And it makes for smart, not only smart, but also lightweight wilderness travel. Because the last thing you want to do when you're in the backcountry is be encumbered by your gear. You want your gear to be as lightweight as possible, but obviously as effective as possible. And always have a dry change of clothes in your pack. Even if you're just doing a day pack like I am today, always have a spare pair of clothes, because inevitably one could trip and fall into a stream and get all of their clothes wet. And in a situation like that, it would be important to immediately change those clothes. Get out of the wet clothes, get dry, change into dry clothes, and then unless fires are banned because of some sort of dry weather hazard or whatever, start a fire and dry those wet clothes out, because you always want to have a dry backup pair when you're in the backcountry. And it's layering is super important because it's easy to just add, put on and take off, and especially when you're dealing with lightweight layerable clothing like I have on now. And it's I know a lot of people that have not been involved with the backcountry for a long time, and there's nothing wrong with that. I mean, everybody's got to learn something. But people that are new to, thought I heard something hiss. See, there's a big rock right there. You can't get freaked out by stuff like this. You got to know where you are. You got to know you're in the wilderness. And the layering is just one of those forms of preparation. Don't take the big, huge, heavy coat, because then you're lugging around this huge coat that when you get hot, you take off and it's not compressible, and you can't easily put it in your pack. You can get down coats, and again, check the link within this video's description, but coats that are ultra lightweight, yet when you put them on, because of the down inside of them, they're super warm. So when they're being worn, they feel like a big and heavy coat, but when they're taken off, they can compress to a very small size. I mean, depending upon the price that one wants to pay, there's some really high-tech down coats that and I've got one that'll compress to about that size. I mean, it'll fit in the palm of my hand, just take up a insignificant amount of space in my pack. Not just insignificant amount of space, but it doesn't add a lot of weight, because those things are super duper light. Take that into consideration when you're buying clothes to layer for backcountry. You want something that's well made, that if you fall down, you run into a tree or whatever, it can take a little bit of a beating. Somewhat durable, but ultimately something that is lightweight and not bulky when it's compressed for travel in one's frame pack or day pack for that matter. So hope this video is of value. Be sure to subscribe if you haven't already. youtube.com/IrixGuy. I've got over over 25 years of wilderness survival experience. So, you know, it's not something that one learns overnight. And you know, a lot of the learning process was trial and error. You know, making those mistakes, and then the next time I went to the backcountry, not making the same mistake again. So thanks for watching, and y'all have a good day. And be sure to subscribe, youtube.com/IRIXGuy. Hey y'all, IRIXGuy here. If you enjoyed this video, please be sure to subscribe, like, and share. It's viewers like you that enable my channel to continue to grow. Thank you.